real treat this week. You're about to meet one of my best friends in the world, Heidi Elnora. She's an up-and-coming fashion bridal designer, and she's showing at a very prestigious show here in New York at the Waldorf, right next to people like Badgley Mishka. She's a real kick. You're gonna love her.
How are you? I love you. You look so pretty. Look how cute you are. You're so fashionable. Your hair's so good. How are you? What? See something right there? I should be cute. You're so cute. I love you. Hi. Oh, good. I really do.
So what's the plan with the manufacturing facility that you guys are planning?
Well, the thought process is, this is so funny. This is so funny. This reminds me of Project Runway. And you're like, okay, I'm having a conversation right now. The plan is, we have currently 7 seamstresses that are sewing for me in Birmingham, and they're just little ladies that, some people have their own alteration shops. Some people used to sew and have, because all our sewing has gone overseas, and so no one, I mean, all these jobs have been lost because everything goes overseas, and so there's a lot of people that are out of work and just kind of don't have anything to do and love it. Like, they love what they do. They love it as much as I love it. And I found 7 ladies who are willing to sew, and so right now they're sewing from home. But the goal is...
How did you go about finding all of them?
Oh, Erin has called... How many people did you call? 150? 150.
Oh my gosh!
Seamstresses in Alabama, Mississippi, Georgia, and Tennessee. Wow. Was it 150?
No, it's about 350.
350.
I mean,
She's like,
called.
excuse me, it was
Excuse me, I was on the phone all day. But she did. She just called and called and called, and then we had how many people that were okay? 40.
40 were okay, 10 showed up.
10 actually came up, and of the 10, we found 4 that were really great, and then they know people and know people, and it's just weird. I mean, there's so many people that still can do this trade that we just don't utilize because we all just say, well, it's too expensive, let's go overseas.
Yeah.
It just makes me sad.
How did you test them?
With these sample dresses that I'm showing for Fashion Week,
Okay.
which is scary.
Yeah.
To save money, Erin and I would sit in the shop at the floor. I'm one with these dresses at this point, but we sat on the floor and cut every single one of these dresses out. And we put this little package together, Ziploc bags, and say, okay, your package is ready. And they'd come to get their package and sew it. And then they would call my main seamstress if they had any questions. And some of them came back, and I was like, oh my God, I gotta go buy some more fabric.
Oh,
it was,
no.
It would be horrible. I mean, it was so wrong. One dress, I'll show it to you in a minute. I cut it out 3 times.
Oh my God.
And I didn't think I'd have it today. I picked it up this morning before I got to New York, and it was ready, and I was like,
I have it.
okay, I have 10 dresses. Like, it really happened. But some of these ladies just have beautiful work, and I showed them samples of how I wanted it to look, and we worked on ways to make it happen. And it's just so, I don't know, it's just so neat just to realize that it can be done. You know, because everybody's like, how do you have to go overseas? You have to go overseas, and I'm like, I don't want to. You know, how can I make this happen? Like, there has to be a way. You're like me, you know.
And then you can keep your finger on the pulse of everything that's going on with your company.
Yes, and so when things are produced, I can watch them leave Alabama. And I think something sweet about it being made in Alabama. You know, like, what's really made in Alabama besides like tomatoes? You know what I mean? I have 3 here. Okay, here, we need to sit down so you can see it like a presentation. Would you like, where would you like to sit? Hold on. I'll put your bags over here.
Okay.
Each dress has a story.
Okay.
Kind of like how, you know, like this old vintagey thing.
Yeah.
So each dress is named after a woman in my family.
Okay.
Okay. So my first dress in my collection is named after my mama.
Okay.
And it is, because, you know, my middle name is my designer name, Heidi Elnora.
Right.
So each dress, instead of being like, you know, other designers have Debbie or Dawn or George or, I guess not George, that's a boy's name, but Georgette. Yeah. But anyway, this is the Valerie Lynn. So it's their first middle name to be like mine.
Oh my God, Heidi.
Isn't it beautiful? And see, what's different is, isn't it gorgeous? Isn't it beautiful? Yes. Okay, look at the back of this. And then
I love how the bottom is, though. It's almost like a bubble, but yet it's not.
Yeah, it's just the lining.
But see, I could tell that it kind of comes up and under a little bit.
Yeah.
I really like that.
Thanks.
Oh my gosh.
And see the back of it?
Valerie Lynn.
Yes, the Valerie Lynn. And see the back of it, what's different, if you go overseas to have your dresses made, all of the lace is sewn into the seam, where mine is hand appliqued and then laid over with snaps.
Oh my God.
Isn't it fabulous? You see the little bitty snaps?
Yep. All the way down.
Mm-hmm. So it hides your zipper, so it makes it just a clean
overseas
silhouette.
it would just go right into the zipper.
Yeah.
But this just kind of completely camouflages the zipper.
And it makes it handmade.
Wow.
And then for brides to have, we do this whole thing about tradition, something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue. So there's something blue is in their straps.
Oh.
And that's sweet, so don't have to worry about that. And then there's something new is obviously their dress. And then when every bride gets one of my dresses, they get an embroidered handkerchief with a little dandelion emblem, because that's my emblem. And then we borrowed a quote from Shakespeare, so they have everything they need. They don't have to think about anything. They just have to go get married and live happily ever after.
What does your dandelion stand for?
It's about dreams and following your dreams and making wishes and making dreams come true.
Yeah.
You know how you get them out of the yard and you blow them and they just kind of float away, and you always just make these wishes? Like, this is like my wish. And so this is like a symbol of like, let's make this wish happen.
Not to mention that it's like a new marriage as well. It works perfectly for the lion.
That's sweet.
Awesome.
I know, I'm real sweet. Okay, I'll show you another one. I just put them in these dainty bags because I'm scared they'll get dirt on them and then I'd have to cry.
Yeah, of
Okay.
course.
Anyway, and then let me get the rest of them for you. Anyway, this is the first one, and when you see it on a model, oh my gosh, it's super duper fabulous.
Do you have your models here?
They're flying in tomorrow.
Now I'm confused. You're actually showing a collection? People are actually walking?
I have 2 models in dresses, and the remaining 8 dresses are going to be on mannequins.
Okay. But yeah, that makes such a huge difference.
Oh,
So they're
yes.
going to stand in your area the whole time.
Right, and in the front, and they're just going to kind of, they can just move, and they can see how it actually fits a body versus like a stiff form.
Right, and so those are the ones when I talked to you on the phone that that they were being fitted just
Yes.
absolutely perfectly,
Yes.
which is what you do for every bride. Right?
Yes. So this is a standard size 6, and so my models are standard size 6. So this dress, I love it too. This is the Kate Snyder. This one's named after my great grandmother, the one who used to do the paper dolls in like 1912. And then this is, I have all her paper dolls at my shop.
Oh, right.
So this one's named after her. And it's just a lance and lace, and then it has this silk chiffon.
Oh my gosh.
Isn't it sweet?
I just love how you do this down here.
Thanks. That's my favorite part is underneath, because it's all this detail.
Oh my god. So how do you go about designing each layer? How do you lay that out for the seamstresses?
Well, my pattern maker, I have a pattern maker that works and does all of this.
There's so many layers.
I know. There's so much make into a wedding dress. People wonder why they're so expensive, because there's so much that goes into it. Do I have people coming?
And then this layer is actually separate from it.
Yes. And it just lays over.
Oh, beautiful.
Isn't that beautiful? And then the back has these little buttons that close.
Aww.
It's like a little belt.